Okay. No, it is recording. So it is recording.
Yes,
So
sir.
no problem. So the fifth harmonic or the seventh harmonic, which I was describing you, the harmonic components. Because of this, what happens is that induction motor normally runs at 1/7 of its speed. So with some conditions of rotor and stator slots, the machine refuses to start and tends to crawl at 1/7 of the synchronous speed. These effects are called due to harmonic fields. The effects of harmonics are harmonic induction torque, that is called crawling, and harmonic synchronous torque, cogging. So basically, cogging phenomena is also called as magnetic locking. Why it is called magnetic locking? And because of this, a hum noise is also produced. It is called magnetic hawking because what happens is there the number of stator teeth. So you can see there are some gaps in between. So the shape of a teeth, somewhat like that it is. So that teeth of the stator and the teeth of the rotor is interlocking with each other. And in the process of cogging, motor will not start it only. But whereas the process of crawling is concerned, motor will at least start, but motor will run at 1/7 of its speed. So this is see these effects are produced by harmonic fields. So I have taken a printout only because it looks much better. So the effects of harmonics are, see, harmonic induction torque is called crawling and harmonic synchronous torque is called crogging. So crawling. Crawling in case of a three-phase winding carrying sinusoidal current produces harmonics of the order of which I have already described you, 6n plus minus 1, where n is an integer. The movement of harmonics. What is harmonics for you? You have studied power electronics. Thara, can you explain me what is harmonics? What harmonics? When I speak the word, what comes into your mind? What is this harmonics? Anyone? Okay. Anyone can explain me what is harmonics? Unnati, Viramani, are you there? Are you listening? Hello, hello. Can you?
Sir, it's not audible, sir, what you're telling.
No, no. What I'm telling about crawling and cogging. Aren't you listening? Now it is audible. Is it
Yes, it's
audible?
better, sir.
Okay, okay. So now the movement of harmonics is with the or against the direction of the rotation of the fundamental. See, what happens is that no, usually you have a frequency in any machine. So that is your fundamental frequency. So your fundamental frequency happens to be in India 50 hertz. Now your harmonic frequency would be, if you are taking the odd harmonic component, it would be three times that frequency. Your at the lower side it would be 3f, 5f, 7f. Now here 6n plus minus 1, so your frequency would be either it can be 7f or it can be 5f. So deviation from the fundamental frequency leads to harmonics, and these harmonics at higher frequency you will get uh, ripples also. Ripples also. Your current will not be your rating of that equipment increases. So what happens is that in induction motor, if you have studied in your fourth semester also, your torque is directly proportional to the square of the current also. You can see that formula. So if your current suddenly increases, so the torque also starts to increase. And what happens is that your fundamental torque is somewhat, and your repulsion torque is somewhat. So what happens is that your machine does not tend to run properly. And this phenomena of crawling is one of the important phenomena and very important questions in any campus selection intro. You go to Schneider Electric or any Siemens or any company, they'll ask you this question would be definitely there about crawling and cogging, because it's a very important concept with respect to the induction machine. So what happens to that? The movement of harmonics is with or against the direction. So the seventh harmonic, as I earlier also said, is called the forward harmonic here. A 3 will produce a forward rotating seventh harmonic and a backward rotating fifth harmonic for n is equal to 1. Here, if I am putting n is equal, for example, if I am putting n is equal to 2, you will get 13 and 13. Here, you will get 13 and 11. So these harmonic fluxes generate what? It generates rotor EMFs. So they also are generating EMF. Normal EMF also you are getting. So currents and torques of the same torque speed shape as that of the fundamental. So, but with synchronous speed, 1/5 in case of backward and 1/7 in case of the forward component. Forward, the fundamental synchro. The resultant torque speed curve shows dips, and with certain slot combination, the dip due to seventh harmonic may become very high. So, because of this dip, what happens is that if you are having a normal torque, it is being produced in a clockwise direction, but due to because of the harmonics present, what happens is that you get a counterclockwise torque. If you are getting a normal clockwise torque, this you get a counterclockwise torque in another direction. So what happens is that the torque developed may fall below the load torque. So what happens when this occurs? The motor cannot accelerate. Motor cannot accelerate because on one hand you are giving it supply, on another hand what is happening is that it is going in the opposite direction. Suppose you are applying, suppose let's consider an egg in your hand. So on one hand you are applying 50 Newton, on another hand you are applying 50 Newton. You have kept an, or a pen I have kept like this. See, I am just applying force. Anything is happening? Nothing is happening, because here also 50 Newton, here also 50 Newton. Now what I am trying to do is that I will reduce, this component will reduce, and this component will reduce, then only it will move. See, then only it will move. If this force is less than this, then it will go like this. This force is less than this is 60 Newton, this is 40 Newton, then it will move in this direction. So likewise, only same phenomena happens. It because of that, what happens? The torque developed may fall below the load torque, and when this occurs, the motor cannot accelerate upon its full speed, but continues to run at a speed little lower than uh, exactly runs at 1/7 of the synchronous speed. This phenomena is called as crawling. Now, to avoid this phenomena of crawling, there are certain things. The number one thing to reduce this phenomena of crawling is called as champering. Champering means cutting the induction machine stator at 45-degree angles. So the crawling torque due to harmonics is significantly reduced. And this phenomena is also called as skiving. In some books they will write champering, in some books it's called as skiving, but skiving is the most predominant name which is utilized worldwide throughout the industry. Skiving essentially means cutting the slots in a fashion at a 45-degree angle with respect to okay. Now there is another phenomena called as cogging. Now cogging is what? Cogging is also called as magnetic locking. In cogging, slotting produces harmonics of the order of, again here also harmonics are produced, but here if the stator and the rotor harmonics of the same order are present, the torque will be, how the stator and the rotor harmonics of the same order would be present? It would be present when the stator teeth and rotor teeth are either equal in number or are integer multiples of each other. Then what happens is that your stator teeth, whenever there is the magnetic flux established in the stator teeth, and because of that there is a mutual induction in the rotor, so what happens is that they lock with each other, they become in synchronism with each other. So it never, induction motor will never run when your slip is 0. What is your slip? Basically it's the distance between your relative motion between your magnetic, your synchronous and your rotational speed. So your synchronous speed ns minus nr divided by ns is your slip. So when ns is equal to nr, so what will happen? Ns minus nr is now equal to ns, so it will be ns minus ns, so it would be 0. So there is no motion only. Okay, so same phenomena applies here. So what we do is that, see here, if the stator and rotor harmonics of the same order are present, the torque will be alternately in opposite directions. Now, but if their speed happens to coincide, what in easier words I tried to explain you, they will lock together, giving rise to a synchronous torque, and the machine would refuse to start. So that mathematics behind it, I told you, ns minus nr divided by ns. So this phenomena is called as cogging. Now, to avoid this cogging, the synchronous torque and the machine with this phenomenon, what we have to do, see how it happens. If your stator slots, this is your rotor slots SR, is equal to your stator slots SS, there exists a position of minimum reluctance when the teeth of rotor and stator are aligned opposite to each other. The radial forces become very strong, and these may exceed the tangential accelerating force, thereby preventing the motor from starting. In order to avoid cogging, the difference between the stator slots and rotor slots should not be equal. Okay, should not be equal or multiples of poles. That means should not be equal means here some mistake in the book has happened. So please note here, so if you are listening, SS and SR, this SS is equal to SS should not be equal. Okay, it is like they have written SS and SS. It's not like that. SS is should not be equal to SR, and it should be multiples of, it should not be either integer multiples. Means your stator slot, for example, is 2. Now your rotor slot should not be equal to 6. Why it should not be equal to 6? Because it is an integer multiple of 2, because 2 into 3 gives you 6. Similarly, if your stator slot is 4, the rotor slot should not be equal to 12, because it should not be, you multiply any integer and you get that value. It should not be like that. For example, it is 5. The other thing should not be equal to, it can be equal to 11, it can be equal to 13, because integer multiple of 5 you will not get 13. If you multiply any integer with 5, you should not get that value. Then only there would be no cogging phenomena. Now, how there are certain techniques to reduce these harmonic torques. One of the technique is cording, another is integral slot winding, another is skiving. So one important thing in cording is harmonic induction torques can be eliminated by weakening the stator winding MMF harmonics. For achieving this, corded windings with integral number of slots per pole per phase are used. Now you are going to the design class also. By now you must have understood what is cording. Cording is basically short pitching the winding. Now if you are having two windings and the number of poles separation is 9 for 180-degree. So if you are not taking the exact angle 180-degree, less than 180-degree, and the pole you pitch you are taking is not exactly 9, you are taking little lesser value. So this phenomena is called as cording. Are you getting my point? Cording. Hello, Viramani?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you relate with coding in your design CADM class? You have by now you must have studied this coding and short pitching. Have you
No, sir.
studied?
No, sir.
Huh? Huh?
No, sir. We don't have that
No,
in CAD, sir.
you are not studied coding.
No, sir.
Sir, now start DC motor, sir. Now doing
No.
transformer.
Hmm. Okay. 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 So no
Yesterday they
problem.
completed transformer, sir.
Okay. 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 No problem. So coding is basically, see, what happens is that your machine is there. So you have stator winding and rotor winding. So basically what happens is that if you have a, for example, let's suppose 6-pole machine. So if your one pole starts at 1 and you have a pole pitch of 5, so total you are between the first and the sixth pole you are having 180-degree slot. Now what you do is that you don't take that full pitch, you take short pitch. Short pitch in the sense means you don't take the complete one half cycle 180-degree, you take less than 190-degree. That phenomena is called as cording. Another thing is called as by this what happens is that we are reducing the pole area, just like in your transformers. To reduce eddy current, what we are doing is we are reducing the area. So once your area gets reduced, so lesser amount of current will flow, because your current depends upon the area dimensions also. Similarly, here we are reducing the pole pitch. So your harmonics now produced will be in a lesser area. So you will get lesser component of harmonics. Similarly, the other concept which we are using is integral slot winding. So in integral slot winding, what we are doing is fractional number of slots per pole per phase create asymmetrical MMF distribution. See, what is happening is, if we are taking integer multiples for a three phase system, so we will have a balanced MMF. But if we are not taking integral multiples and we are taking in fractions, so we don't get a balanced MMF, we get an asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means not balanced, symmetrical would mean balance. So around the air gap is the distance between the stator and the phasor, okay, sorry, stator and the rotor. So this air gap is most essential. This air gap is where your actual power is getting produced. Okay, and this air gap only links how the direction and the speed of the rotor, because here only it is very essential. So what you are doing is that you are doing integral slot winding, and what happens is that the harmonics that will interact now with the air gap is significantly reduced. So what happens is that it will also create lesser noise in the motor. Hence, integral slot windings are also used. So now everything we are doing to reduce this harmonic component of current. So this harmonics is basically a function of current. Okay, is the unwanted frequency basically, and because of that unwanted frequency, the currents that are generating, and these currents are producing opposing torques to the normal torque, is basically uh, our concept. We need to understand how it is happening. First it comes to frequency, then it is relating with the current, and this current is producing torque, because everything has a relationship with one another, and finally we are arriving at one particular conclusion. Now another thing, in the very beginning of the class I had spoken about skiving, or in this book they are using skiving. It is also called as champering. So here what happens is that they cut this stator slots at 45-degree angle. So the and vibrations cogging, and synchronous cups can be eliminated. So by skiving either the stator, or we can do both ways. We can cut this stator at 45-degree angles, or we can cut the rotor at 45-degree angles. So now what happens if skewing is done, the variation in flux density, magnetic pull, and torque due to slot openings will be displaced in time phase along the core length, resulting in more uniform torque. Now you have to see, in as far as your AC windings are concerned, your AC windings are open windings. Okay, as far as your DC windings are concerned, your DC windings happen to be closed windings. The reason for that is DC is not having phase neutral, it is only having positive and negative. In other terms, if we can relate the DC with the AC system, we can say the DC is always single phase only. There are no three phases. So always the circuit in the DC would be closed circuit. So in case of a DC, the loss would be only I square R. But once you are taking the AC, so you will have loss for your go path, another for your return path. For single phase AC system, if you have to represent the loss, you cannot write I square R cos phi or I square R. It will be 2I square R. It would be 2I square R. This is also one important question. It can come in some examination or some question. It can be framed, because usually people think, okay, it is I square R, but in AC it is a little different. Okay, now one important thing here is that what happens is that this if skewing is done, the variation in the flux, the magnetic pull, and torque due to slot openings will be displaced in time phase along the core length, resulting in more uniform torque, less noise, and better voltage waveform. In order to eliminate the harmonic effects of the rotor bar should be skewed through an angle. Here he has mentioned what angle it is. 45 degrees. Okay, so that the bar lie under alternate harmonic poles of the same polarity. That is the, so the usual practice is to skew the rotor bar. See how we are skewing. See, these are the stator slots and this is the circumference. This is 2 pi r. So we had 2 r is equal to d. So we have taken pi d by ss. So this is in electrical radian. It is not in degrees. It is in electrical radian. The angle is in electrical radian. So now let's take one problem that here I have taken. Oh, and let's understand this. So you have understood skewing and cogging. So tell me, Thara. Hello, Thara, are you there? Thara?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is skewing according to you?
What is?
Skewing. Why skewing is done? Why skewing is done? See, simply you will put on the net and watch some Kannada movie. It will not work. So please pay attention. Yeah, Pradeep Kumar. Pradeep Kumar. What is cogging? Anupam. So none of you are there. So only those people who are responding to me, I am going to give them attendance. Now it is showing 29 people are there. Thara, okay. Simply you are putting attendance. Anil Kumar is not there. Atul. Chandana.
Sir, Anil Kumar, sir.
Anil Kumar, yes, very good. Now tell me what is
Yes, sir.
cogging? What is cogging? Anil Kumar, what is cogging? Atul, you switch off your this thing. Anil Kumar, what is cogging? What is cogging?
Sir,
Tell me.
cogging is. Sir, cogging is. Sir, done.
What
Harmonic.
happens? Tell me what happens due to cogging. Anil Kumar, yeah, I'm listening to you. Open your mouth. Tell me what is cogging.
Yes, sir. Sir, cogging is the get the term.
Kannada the lady, no problem. Kannada the lady. Yen problem illa
Sir, yes, network. Not getting net.
Huh? Hello, Anil Kumar. What did not get?
Sir, not network. Sir.
Sir, network problem.
Sir,
Sir.
No. Your fan is doing very well. Network is very good. Don't tell me all that. So properly listen. Atul. Atul, tell me what is cogging. Atul. Atul.
Yes, sir.
What is cogging according to you? I was teaching.
Cogging
बोलिए
की sir.
बोलिए हिंदी में बोलिए.
So the rotor tip doesn't match with the stator tip, sir. That's why, sir, cogging will occur.
Very good. Very good. Chandana. Yeah, you switch off your mic, Atul. Chandana is marked absent today.
So,
Yeah, Chandana is absent.
a question, right?
Huh? What?
It is used to reduce the harmonics.
Who's answering? I'm calling Chandana. Who's it?
No,
Tara.
sir. I think
No,
for
no.
my question you asked.
No, I'm asking to Chandana. Chandana is not present. Yeah, switch off. Anil Kumar, I can see you. I can see your mics, so please don't. Harish, Chandana I have marked absent because those people who are simply there. Harish, tell me what is crawling? When induction motor crawls, at what speed it crawls? Harish? Yeah, what is
1/7 the speed of synchronous speed.
yeah, very good. Yeah, switch off your this mic now. Yeah, G1M. So G1M also absent. Simply you are fooling teachers. G1M also gone. Karthik Santosh. Karthik, you are also not there. Mushtaqullah.
Present, sir. Present.
Yeah. Mushtaq is also. Mushtaq, you switch off your.
I'm present, sir.
Mushtaq, you switch off. Yeah. Karthik, now you tell me one thing.
Yes.
What do you understand by why we are doing integral multiple? Why we don't take integral multiple of stator teeth and rotor teeth to reduce crawling or cogging?
Sir, to reduce cogging, sir.
Okay, switch off. Switch off, switch off, switch off. Very good. Okay. Naveen KN, not there. Nivedita, not there.
Sir.
Yeah, okay, Nivedita is there. Okay. Okay, Nivedita is there. Naveen KN is not there. Okay, Naveen KN is not there. Radhika, Rajat, Rajat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Sachin Reddy. Sachin Reddy is also not there. So see, simply you are doing this thing. I'm serious about it. Sagar S.
Present, sir.
Samir Singh. Samir Singh not there. Samir Singh is also failing us. Samir Singh is Shilpa. Shilpa. Okay, very good. Switch off. Santosh, switch off.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Yeah. You switch off this mic. I don't want any noise. I'm seeing you. Okay. Suchitra, mic is not working.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Switch off. Now mic started working, huh? Okay.
Ah,
switch
sir.
off.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so switch off.
Okay.
Sushmita.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, please switch off here. Shweta.
Yes, sir.
Unnati.
Yes, sir.
Yogesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
These people I'm not giving attendance. So Gagana is there. Gagana is also not. Chandana? No. Okay. Now I'll start again. So please be present. In between, I'm asking you questions. So I need you to be present there. Okay. So a 3-phase 50 hertz, 400 volt, 12 kilovolt delta connected induction motor has the following design parameters. Okay. So these are the design parameters which we are using in a 3-phase induction motor. So the diameter of the stator bore happens to be 15 centimeter. So that is the value of D. Just stop, please. It's getting recorded. So diameter of the stator bore is 15 centimeter. Current density is, I have this list of people. Whenever you are doing this noise night is coming, and I'll mark it and send to the upper management, HOD and all, then you have to decide whether they will allow you to write the exam or not, because a strict instruction has come if people are misbehaving. So current density is 6 ampere per millimeter square. Length of stator core is 9 centimeter. Stator slots is equal to 36. Average flux density is 0.45 Tesla. Rotor slots is 30. So this stator slots is SS, rotor slots is SR. So slots per pole per phase. Efficiency happens to be 83%. Length of rotor bar is 15 centimeter. And your power factor 0.85. Mean diameter of the end ring is 12 centimeter. So you need to calculate no load flux. Okay. Length of air gap. Number of turns per phase. Rotor bar current and area. End ring current and area, losses in bars and end rings. So how do we go about this problem? So the all the things are given in this problem. In that format only, given format only, it is given. So no load flux, we have to go for that. Length of air gap, one particular formula we designed yesterday. That formula you have also taken down. So no load flux per pole, you know that is BAV by DL by P. So BAV value is given. Okay, DL and P. See, D value is 15 centimeters. So now all the dimensions have to be in meter. So 15 divided by 100 would be your meter. So 15 divided by 100 would be your 0.15. Number of poles they have mentioned. How much are the number of poles? It's a 4-pole machine. Here they have mentioned it's a 3-phase 50 hertz for 12 kV. Motor has the following dimensions: stator slot, rotor slots. Okay. And number of poles, where it is. So number of poles diameter. Okay. So number of poles you take here, number of poles is equal to 4. Somewhere they have missed in the problem. So D value they have given, L value is there, length of the stator core, that is 9 centimeter. 9 divided by 100, you will get 0.09, and your BAV value is that average flux density. That also you take down BAV. See here in the problem, maybe I have not. Sometimes in the book they miss out. So this will, you will get a value of 4.768 milliweber. Now length of air gap, you have this formula for length of air gap, that is 0.2 plus 2 divided by root DL. So this D value is 0.15 and L value is 0.09. So you'll get 0.432 millimeter. Okay. One more important thing here is the BAV value, which is not here, that is average flux density. So you can write here this BAV value is equal to 0.45 and the number of poles is equal to 4. One more thing, you can calculate also the number of poles. How you can calculate? See, NS is equal to 120 F by P. So NS is equal to 120 F by P, or in another terms, your 120 F, 120 into 50 divided by your P. So have they mentioned the value of NS? NS value, have they mentioned? No, they have not mentioned.
No, sir.
So they can.
Hello, sir.
Sir, we are not hearing, sir.
Sir, where are you, sir? Hey, Veeramani, sir, absent ಹಾಕು. ವೀರಮಣಿ ವೀರಮಣಿ
ಇರೋ
ಸರ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕು.
ಯೋಗಿ ನೀನೇ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡು ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ.
ನೀನು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡು. HOD ಮ್ಯಾಮ್
ಬರುತ್ತಾ?
ನಮಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ನಡ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ
ಅರ್ಧ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರಲ್ಲ.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಪಾಠ
ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನಾಡಿದ್ದಾಟ
ಸರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರ.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ನಿನ್ನೆ
ಸಂತೋಷ್
DSP ಸರ್
ಆಡಕಪ್ಪ.
ವಾಶ್ರೂಮ್ DSP ಸರ್ ವಾಶ್ರೂಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು
ಹಾ.
ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗಿದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಸೊಮೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಣ, ಅದು ಕಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್.
ಹೌದು.
ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್.
ನಾ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಕಣ.
ಆಗುತ್ತೆ
ಮಾಡು ಮತ್ತೆ.
ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಫಕ್ರೇಶ್ ಕರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿ.
ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರಾ? Everyone,
ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರ ಆಗ್ಲೇ.
sir,
ವೆರಿ ಲೇಟ್ ಕಮರಮ್ಮ.
sir will come at once, so please. ಇಲ್ಲರಾ?
అదే వెరీ లేట్ కమర్ కదా నువ్వు.
ಕನ್ನಡ
ಸರ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್.
நானும் எவ்வளவு நாள் தான் நான்
ಯೋಗಿ
ಹೇಳೋ
ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರ ನಿಮ್ ಸರ್
ಸರ್ ಅವ್ನ ಮಗ
ಇನ್ನ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ತಾರಾ ಯಾರ್ ತಾರಾ ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ ಸಾರು?
లేదు.
Mute.
What, Tara?
Mute. Sir,
I am
came
not
back.
doing anything in TV. Sir is back.
Thank you.
Sir, we can't hear you, sir. Sir, it is not audible, sir.
Sir, on the mic, sir.
Now it is audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it is audible.
Okay. Now you can. Now I'm presenting. You can see that.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, this you can see now a three-phase problem. You can see.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now you switch off your mics. So I was with this problem, a three-phase 50 hertz 400 volt 12 kilowatt delta connected induction motor has the following design parameters. So these design parameters are there. So wait, I have to record this. Yeah, it's recording. So these design parameters are there. So what, first of all, I calculated my flux. So once I got my flux with substituting in this formula, so it is 4.768 milliweber. Number of poles you take down as 4 and your average flux you take down as 0.45. After that, the length of air gap I'm calculating. So the length of air gap happens to be 0.2 plus 2 root dl, which we have seen in yesterday's class. And then turns per phase I have calculated is E phase is equal to 4.44 f 5 kW. E phase would be 400 because it is delta connected, so no need to divide by root 3. And this is 4.44 into 50, 4.768 that we have calculated flux, and this value you have to assume. Now I was talking about this rotor bar current. See, basically what is your power? Power is 3 is. Okay. If your output power, you will consider output power by input power is your efficiency. So output power is equal to your efficiency into input power. So here, if you have to calculate your efficiency into input power, would mean this is your output power current. So what you have to do is you have to write this equation. It would be your power would be equal to efficiency into your, so power would be equal to 3 V phase I phase cos phi into efficiency. This is your power. Power would be equal to power. P would be equal to 3 V stator cos factor of the stator winding and your efficiency. So you can write I stator would be equal to power divided by 3 your V stator, your efficiency, your power factor. So once you are substituting back to the system, so you know that your power is 12 kilowatts. So that 12 kilowatts divided by 3, this V stator is equal to V rotor. Your efficiency is 83%. 83 divided by 100 would be 0.83. This is 0.85. So you get the value of 14.174 ampere. Now, yesterday's class, we have derived an equation that assuming rotor MMF as 0.85 of stator MMF. So your bar current would be equal to 0.85, and this is what 6 times IS TS by SR. SR they have mentioned that SR here they have mentioned SR is 36 and rotor slots are 30. So this is SR is 30. So that value you have to back substitute here. Where is it? Yeah. So this SR rotor slots is 30 they have mentioned. So we'll substitute here 36. Okay. IS you calculated, TS also you calculated. So you have the bar current happens to be 954.19 ampere. Now area of each bar you can calculate current density rho B, this gamma B. So what is this term called? Gamma B, huh? Thara?
Sir?
What is this term? How do you denote this? Gamma or rho? What? Delta B.
Yeah, del, sir.
Yeah, del B. So del B would be equal to, yeah, switch off your mics. Del B would be equal to a current density would be equal to current divided by area. So your area AB would be equal to IB divided by del B. So IB value you just calculated 954.19. From this AB value you need, del B value is given, current density is given. Current density is given 6 ampere per millimeter square. So you will substitute this value 6 ampere per millimeter square. So where is it? So here you are substituting 6. So it happens to be 159.03 millimeter square. Now yesterday's calculation, one formula we arrived yesterday, end ring current IE is equal to SR IB by pi into P. Yesterday we saw this formula. So end ring current we can substitute. SR is given 30. IB value we just calculated 954.19. Pi value is there. 4 number of poles are there. So IE value will get 20 around this 2279.11 ampere. And again area of end ring also we can calculate. Area of end ring would be what? Current divided by current density. This is the current end ring current and this is the current density is 6. So we got this value 379.85 millimeter square. So in this problem, what he is expecting, no load flux, okay, done. Length of air gap, done. Number of turns per phase, done. Rotor bar current and area, that also we did. End ring current and area, that also we did. Now he is expecting losses in bars and end rings. So losses in bars and end rings would be around, see, because this is an AC thing, so we cannot take I square R. Losses first we have to it is for one is for go path and another is for return path. So you have to calculate the value of R first. So once you know the value of R, then you can calculate the losses. So how to calculate the value of R? So losses in bars and end rings. So for first of all, we have to go for the resistance. Resistance of each rotor bar would be equal to rho L by A. So rho value for this is, yeah. Please switch off the mic. Please. Yes. Please switch off your mics. I'm just seeing also, please. Yeah. So losses in this case would be equal to your rho value is 0.021, IB value, this is LB value, you know, that was 15 centimeters, so 0.15, and this AB value you calculated 159.03. In here you have calculated AB value. So from here you get a value of resistance 19.80 in 10 power minus 6 ohms. Now your total copper loss in all the bars is I square, he's writing I square RB and SR. So this is your total copper loss in all the bars. So
Sir,
your
that is
IB
AB for RD, SR, sir.
yeah, that is your, see, these are the stator slots that you have to take into consideration. Your, see, this area, for example, in how many slots, how much your this thing loss would happen in the bars. This is not about the path. Now when an end ring will consider now, at that time I will tell you. So this is the copper loss in the bars. Now what about the end ring? Similar thing, rho LE by AE. Okay, so same thing you can apply also here. Here you see AE value you have calculated. This AE is this, and he is writing LE. This is rho 0.02 pi DE by AE. Pi DE because length of the end ring would be the circumference of the end ring, isn't it? Because the entire length of the circle is its circumference. So this length would be 2 pi r. So that's why he's writing it as 2 pi r. So 2r is D. So 2r is D. Instead of writing 2 pi r, he's writing pi DE, this length. So DE value we know 0.12. Pi value we know. Rho value is 0.021. AE value he's substituting back and getting this value. Now total copper loss in both the end rings, one is for the go path and the another is for the return path, would be twice IE square RE. So this 2 into IE square you just now calculated IE square, and RE value also you just calculated IE RE value. Now IE value you have calculated here. You see IE value you have calculated. So here you needed RE value. So this is the value. Now because of this end ring you have go path and return path, and total copper loss in the rotor would be how much? It is because of these two, the bar. In the bar, see, in the bar you have one thing. Okay, in the bar, why we are not taking it twice? Because we have already considered these, all the bars 30 are there. Okay, in these 30 it is flowing, so it is flowing within these 30. Okay, but in case of this end ring, there are two end rings, one on top, one on down. So you have one part to go, one part to return. So this is 2 IE square RE. So you get 216.4, and the total loss would be in the bars plus end rings. So total loss happens to be bars plus end rings, that is 757.44. So now you arrived at the problem. So no load flux per pole is calculated. Only thing is that the number of poles was missing. So in this problem, so you can take that as 4, and your average flux density is 0.45. Obviously your kW you take it as always in problem 0.955, and rest everything is mentioned. From other things you can, in this problem you can substitute the values and you can get the answer. So number of turns also you calculated. Here in case of number of turns you have to be a little bit careful. You cannot take number of turns in fraction. Length of air gap also you have seen 0.2 plus 2 under root DL, that formula, empirical formula. IB also you have seen from yesterday's formula only. We have calculated rotor bar area, your eddy current, end ring area current, your area of the end ring. Now this is your loss in bars and loss in the end ring. So I think I will stop my class here. If you are having any doubt, please ask me. Huh?
Sir, if poles are not mentioned, we should consider 4, sir.
Yeah. You can consider it as 4. One more thing is that in this thing, design of I'll be loading it because already I think we cannot be able to. This one problem is there. In this, you try this problem. This problem is there which I have given here. So you, and one more problem is there. Better you go for this example 4.7. Okay. So in this thing, example 4.7, you have to calculate. You have to calculate the main dimensions and do. This also one more example I have given here. So same in this example 4.7, do as per example 4. This thing. Same thing you find out here also. See example 4.6, whatever is asked, na, similar thing you try for this example 4.7. And let's meet in the next class. And you just prepare, you just link, because every day I'm giving it also. I'm loading this in Google Classroom also, this PDF link. So from there also you can download. For now I'm stopping the class. In between we lost the connection because of poor network here also. So right now I'm seeing 33 people are there. So please be prepared. I'm taking attendance now. Today I'm giving. But in the chat section, whatever attendance you are Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll stop the class. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Attendance, sir.
Contact.
ಸಾಯ್ಬೇಡ ಲೇ ವಿವೇಕ ಬರೀ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್
ಲೇ ತಾತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರೋಲೇ.
ಇನ್ನೇನು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮ್ ತಾತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನ?
ನೀ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿತಾನೆ ಹೊರಗೆ.
ನೀನೇ ನನ್ ಬಿಡ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೇನೋ ನೀನು
ಯೋಗೇಶ
ಏನೋ
ಯೋಗಿ